Krista here with Books and Jams, and it is May 1st. I'm excited for May 1st because not only does it mean it's a new month, but it's also the kickoff of the Do-A-Thon, which is a week-long week of intentional living that was created by Mollie Reads. She was inspired by readathons and the excitement and the eagerness with which we read more than normally for a week or however long the readathon lasts. And so she wanted to do something similar but with intentional living. So she put up some challenges for the week. I am not necessarily participating in the challenges, but I do have a few areas of which I want to live intentionally this week. And so I'm going to share those with you real quick, and then I'm going to jump right into my books that I would like to read during the month of May. So for the Do-A-Thon this week, I will be, number one, eating clean. I'm in a 5-day clean eating challenge, and so that means I will not be having any sugar or flour for this week and nothing processed really. So it's just a week of really clean eating. The recipes were given to me. I'm very excited. It's a crock pot recipe week, so a bunch of the recipes involve using my crock pot, which I love. So I will be eating clean this week, and along with that challenge, I also have to exercise for 25 minutes a day. Now, I have sometimes kind of dialed in on the exercising and just gone for a half-hour walk or whatever, and that's great, but for me, that's not living intentionally. That's kind of the lazy way of working out for me. I know for other people going for a walk, walking is super healthy for you. There's nothing wrong with going for a walk, but I want to up my game a little bit and do some harder workouts, sweat a little bit. I may end up back at the gym at a couple of the classes that I enjoy going to, but I would like to really be intentional about working out a little harder and pushing myself. The second thing I'd like to do for the Do-A-Thon is I would like to put away all of my winter clothing. It's a process that I half started now that it's spring, but I would like to pack up all my boots and sweaters and scarves and put them away and just make room for my spring wardrobe, summer wardrobe, whatever. I don't have a big enough space to keep it all out year round. Number 3 is that I was given a ukulele for Christmas a couple years ago, and I barely ever pick it up, still can't play a single song. So this week I would like to pick up my ukulele, find a couple YouTube videos. If you guys know of any training, learn how to play the ukulele videos that you've used and that you like, I would love to hear about that down in the comments, but I would like to pick up my ukulele this week and learn a song. The fourth thing that I would like to do for the Do-A-Thon this week is to update my resume. It's been about 8 years since I've needed to use my resume, and I think things have changed quite a bit in even the look and format of a resume, so I just want to update that. I don't necessarily need it right now, but I would like to update it as just something to do to live intentionally this week. It's been on my mind, so I would like to do that. And those are the 4 things that I will be doing for the Do-A-Thon. There is a hashtag Do-A-Thon Life if you're on Twitter. You can post about things that you're doing to live intentionally this week. I will link Mollie's video down below where she explains a lot more in detail about the Do-A-Thon. But I would love to hear if you're participating in the Do-A-Thon or if this sounds intriguing to you. Take a look, do some research, and join in the fun of living intentionally. All right, and now I'm going to let you know the books that I'll be reading in the month of May. I have 3 books that were part of what I was hoping to read in April, and 2 of them I actually even started in April. So these are ones that will be near the beginning of the month because I would like to finish them up. The first of those is Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte, and I have been buddy reading this sort of with 2 people. Maria from Read, Create, Repeat Homeschool and Jane Catherine on Books and I have been writing back and forth about it a little bit as well. I'm just barely more than halfway with this book, and I'm okay that it's taking me a little bit longer to read. I actually have found that I'm listening to it on audiobook as well as reading it, sometimes one or the other and sometimes at the same time, and that has really been enhancing my reading enjoyment of Jane Eyre. I've also been listening in the car to the audiobook of The Girl on the Train. I'm just past halfway on this one as well. My commute is not very long, so it takes me a long time when I'm simply listening to the audio discs in the car, so this is taking me quite a while, but I'm excited to finish this book. It's been one that's been on my shelf for quite a while. The third book that I'd like to finish that is a carryover from April is Before I Go to Sleep by S.J. Watson, and this was my BookTuber Recommends pick from April, and I didn't get to it in April. I will be getting to it very soon. So this is a mystery thriller, and I don't even know anything about it. And I'm okay with that because that's a lot more fun for me to go into thrillers and mysteries without really knowing anything. So don't tell me anything in the comments, but I have heard a lot of positive reviews of this one, that people really have enjoyed this book. That brings me right into picking my BookTuber Recommends book for May. I'll put a link up here to the video so that you can take a look at what all of the choices are in my jar. But I asked 12 booktubers to recommend books to me, and I put them all in the jar. Each month I swish these around and pick out one of the books. So let me go ahead and pick one out for the month of May and tell you what that is. It is, I have two choices here. This is from the Bedtime Book Club girls, and I asked them to recommend an Australian author for me. So I have two here, Looking for Ella Brandy by Melina Marchetta and The Thornbirds by Colleen McCullough. So I will get those both from my library. So I have them available to me this month, and we shall see which one I end up reading. So thank you to you girls over at the Bedtime Book Club. I have more here, if that's not enough. For my Goodreads read-along group, which if you haven't been a part of yet, I'll put a link to that down below. I started in January, kind of a reading club on Goodreads. In this reading group, we all read the same book for the month, and I kind of divide up the chapters or pages so that no matter when in the month you pick up the book, you can join in the discussion. So we don't all start at the same date or end on the same date. It's kind of a much more free group, but I would love to have you join in. And the choice for May is Lilac Girls by Martha Hall Kelly. And this is a World War II historical fiction, and I believe it's about the women of the war, so wives and sisters and mothers. I love World War II historical fiction. I would read it every month, but I'm trying to get a variety in there. And I thought May would be a good time to read about Lilac Girls, because in May is when all the lilacs come out here around me, and I just thought that would be very appropriate. So Lilac Girls is the Books and Jams read-along book of the month for May. I would love to have you join in the fun and in the discussion for this book. Finally, I have two books out from the library, and I talked about these in my April book haul. The first one of those is The Rose Garden by Susanna Kearsley. I saw this mentioned on Bree Hill's channel. I believe this is a historical romance set in England. I believe it also deals with some time travel, or two different two different time periods, and I'm looking forward to that one. And the last is a nonfiction book, a memoir of Yoon-Mi Park called In Order to Live, and this I have heard about all over BookTube. This one is not quite as long as all the others in this stack, and she escaped from North Korea with her mother, so I believe this is going to be a pretty heavy-duty but important book, and I'm really looking forward to it. There's a lot of big books on this pile. Ugh. So these are the books that I will be reading in the month of May. Yikes. I'm excited for them though. I guess that's the point of a TBR, right? I pick out books that I'm excited for. I would love to chat with you down in the comments. If you are reading any of these books, let me know. I would love to hear about them as you go. If you have read any of them before, let me know if you're interested in joining in on the read-along group for Lilac Girls. And if you've read either of these two books from my BookTuber Recommends jar, I would love to hear that as well. Anything that you guys want to say, I love chatting with you down in the comments. Let me know if you're not reading any of these, what's a book that you have on the radar for the month of May that you're excited about. So thanks for watching, and I will be talking with you guys really soon. Bye!